Hello YouTube friends, welcome to The Last Homely House. Today I want to make this little video that I've been thinking about making this project for a long time, and it's all about Christmas stockings. So many years ago, when my children were little, my mum, their nana, made them all a beautiful Christmas stocking. This is John's. And she made them for all my kids and then my brother's kids and their kids. So she made everybody in the family a Christmas stocking with this beautiful embroidery. She was very talented at doing, in fact she was an embroiderer before she was a quilter. She spent many years doing this beautiful counted thread embroidery. Now, if I'm going to put embroidery on these stockings, I'm in trouble already because I'm not the world's best embroiderer. But the reason why I want to make some Christmas stockings is that my son Owen, now this is my son John's stocking, and she made one for Owen and one for Martha too. And recently I went down to visit Owen. He lives in London, and I took his stocking with him at his request. And he got very nostalgic about it, and he asked if I would make one for his new baby and his wife. So yeah, I think that's a really lovely idea. So the reason why I've decided that today is the good day to make the Christmas stockings for my family is because I've been making little things to go into the Christmas boxes. Now, when you're watching this, the Christmas boxes have already been on sale because I'm making this in October. And the boxes went on sale on the 5th of November. So I hope that if you wanted a Christmas box, you got one. But I've been making these things to go into some of the Christmas boxes. And I just kept making and making them out of the fat quarter bundle that was one of the items that was in the Christmas box. So there's the pinwheels and the half square triangles and the St. Louis 16 patch, the wonky star. So by the time this video goes live, all of these will be with their new homes, secretly tucked into one of the Christmas boxes. And I also made a few of these Christmas stockings based on the design that my mum made. It's not hard, it's a very simple little idea. So I've made some of these Christmas stockings as well out of the fabric that's in the Christmas box this year. 2023 if you're watching this in 5 years time. So while I was making these, I thought, well, I'll make my son and his family, I'll make the stockings that they want. I'm pulling out all the fabric that I want to make these extra Christmas stockings. Now, this is the one that my mum made for me and this is the one that Owen has, this size, which is enormous stocking. And this one here, so I'm thinking that we're going to go Daddy Bear, Mummy Bear and Baby Bear. So I've just picked my Liberty box up from upstairs and I've gone through it to find all the different patterns and colours that I have. Quite by chance I found this, which would have been the piece that I made to make one of my little tiny cushion squares with small checkerboard cushions, but I'm going to leave it like this, and I think this will make the back of the Liberty stocking absolutely beautifully. So I will then make these beautiful Wiltshire Berry fabrics into a stocking, and for this stocking I think I found this, which is Tana Lawn in a solid green. It's beautiful fabric. This might be the back of this stocking, and this might be the back of a stocking I haven't yet thought about. So I've said stocking a lot, so what I'm going to do now is start to piece together the way that I'm going to make this. It's terribly simple. Let's see the one that I made for the Christmas boxes. You just draw yourself a stocking shape, so it's just sewn onto by machine in strips onto a piece of wadding. This is then the lining of that part there, and this is the backing, which hasn't got any wadding in. And I put all of that together. It's going to be lovely. Okay, so let's make a start. Cutting and pressing and sewing. Well, it's much later now, and I'm on the last stages of this little Christmas stocking project. In fact, I finished one, I'll show you in a moment. But I sewed all those strips onto the wadding batting and then like so. And now what I've done is I've done a row of quilting stitches in all sorts of different colours of Orithil 12 weight on the front part here. And now I'm going to put a lining in. And I've got this little thing to sew on here, which is going to be the hook that you can hang it on the chimney with. People have chimneys anymore. I know for a fact that Owen and Rita don't have a chimney, but they'll hang it up somewhere. And this one is the middle one, and I've finished the baby bear, and here it is here. So this one is baby bear and this one's mummy bear. I like that all the Wiltshire Berry fabrics on that one. And with this one, it's got the stripy fabric on the back that I just found by chance there. And it's lined on the inside with a nice festive red. And that's got its hook there. So I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I really am. So I'm going to show you how I lined them now, because it's really quite simple. But before I show you how I'm going to line this stocking and finish it off, I wanted to tell you about something that's happening over on Patreon at the moment. The link's always in the description to Patreon, and for Advent I always try and do an Advent series for the whole 24 days of Advent. And this year, if I say so myself, I think it's my best yet. So for $1, you can sign up for just $1 and see them all, and then unsubscribe, that's fine. And you could also see all the previous Advents that I've done. But this year I'm making a different quilt block every day. Here, I'm going to show you one as a sneaky preview. This one here is the log cabin, and they're all in green and red for Christmas. And this one, I really enjoyed making it. I'm making a block like this every day until I get enough, and then I'll spend the last few days of Advent putting them all together and making something that I'm going to hang on my wall in the sitting room, probably. So there's your little Advent teaser there on Patreon for $1. It's my gift to my patrons every year, and I've been planning this series and making them since August. Every now and then, when I've had a bit of time in between something else, I've been working on this project. So pop along, link in the description if you wanted to join us there. Now though, I'm going to put that away and I'm going to show you how it is I'm lining this Christmas stocking. So I'm using this lovely green solid Tana lawn. It's the same weight as the Liberty fabric I'm using here, and what I'm going to do is just cut this exactly the same size as the stocking, and this is going to be the backing of this part. So I'm going to construct this second stocking now. I've finished this one. I like how it looks, and I've got the little lining in. So I'm going to do the same with this one so I can show you how I did that. Now, I've sewn the, whoops-a-daisy, got stuck on my needle. I've sewn the lining fabric onto the backing fabric, and for this one, because I didn't have any more of this lovely Wiltshire Berry, so I've chosen this very beautiful Liberty print, which is again is Tana lawn, and it fits in really nicely, I think. So I've sewn the lining fabric to the backing fabric and the lining fabric to the front. And I'm just going to flip those two open like that and pop these together. Oh, I've also sewn the little hanging tab on. I just secured that inside the back of the stocking there. See, just like so. I just sewed that in there. And then I'm going to put these two together, and I'm going to be very careful to line the two tops up really well so that the top of the stocking will be all nicely lined up. Got some pins in there. And the other side as well. Oh, and because this thing might get stuck in the seam, I'm just going to pop it inside there and put a pin in it while I'm doing this, so that it won't interfere with my sewing now. Okay, another bit of careful lining up here. That's it. And then if you're familiar with making lined bags, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to sew round this now, and I'm going to leave a gap in the lining and then turn it inside out. So I'll just put a couple of pins in so that it's about right. I'll show you. And I'm going to put the break here at the back. So I think I'll start sewing just about here. And then all I'm going to do then is sew all the way round these shapes. And just be careful when you come to the toe and the heel that you get a nice rounded shape, so it's not got a sharp bit on the toe. And just check for lining up here. And then you're going to do the same all over again round the lining. And when you get round to the last bit, don't get carried away and sew up the gap. Make sure you leave a gap that's big enough to get your hand in. Okay. And so now I'm going to just trim any bits that are a little bit I haven't done exactly a 1/4 inch. Just trim them a little so that it'll fold out neatly. And then I'm going to snip the inside curves just close to the sew line. Yep, and the same here. That's just so that these seams won't bulk up when I turn it inside out. And now I'm going to put my hand through here and turn this inside out. So that you've got the green lining part here and the stocking part here. And then if you get your hand back in, oh, I haven't done the toe. Do the toe. And this is a chance to get inside there and give it a really, really nice curve. So that it looks very much like a stocking. And then this top bit here, which is, I'm less worried about how this looks, but I'm going to close this up now, because you don't want Santa to put the toys in here and have them go in the lining, do you? That wouldn't be very happy Christmas. I'm just going to press it though. I've got my little iron set up here. And then I could hand stitch that, but as no one's going to be looking at the inside of this, I'm just going to do a quick machine line along there, just to close it up. It just goes to there. And now we just poke one inside the other. And feel for it being about right inside there. Just get this top bit lined up and just sort of jiggle around with it a bit so that it lies flat. It'll take a minute or two to get that toe to go in. There we go, because that's where the coin goes. I always used to get maybe a shilling in the toe of my Christmas stocking, maybe sixpence, depending how flush my parents were at the time. And there then is this stocking, and I'll just give it a press so that all those edges are beautifully pressed against the backing fabric. Yeah, I can feel that the lining's not quite right, but I can get my hand in there and give it another go. And I think the backing fabric of this one works very nicely with the Liberty here. And so now we have the Wiltshire Berry stocking finished and the little Liberty stocking finished. And then they'll go together with the one that my mum made for Owen, with all the lovely quilting stitches. Now, Owen's one's got a name on here, and these ones haven't, because I can't do embroidery. I think they're just going to have to enjoy the stockings just as they are. So I think you'll have to agree that that's a really easy way to make a little padded Christmas stocking. It's not hard at all. You just have to draw yourself a really nice shape that you can then do all those stages with, and it's quite quick to do. So all your family can have Christmas stockings like my mum's family had. And so thank you very much indeed for watching this. Don't forget to pop and see the Advent series over on Patreon for $1, and I will see you over there every day for the whole of Advent. And for now, I'll see you back here at the Last Homely House with something else. So thanks for watching. Take care now, everyone.